Yes, it is me, Ariston from Travel Geek Traders. I am your host and your local nerd. I would like to discuss with you all today about Robinhood and its fractional shares. Let's get into it, shall we? Sponsor is Cake and Shake. If you are in the Locust Grove area in Georgia, feel free to stop by Cake and Shake where you can have a shake and a cake with it too. Always look forward to their best desserts and great desserts. You can check them out on Instagram. They are our unofficial sponsor for today. We have Robinhood coming in with the drip program as well as some of the programs for buying fractional shares. If you look at my previous video, you'll see that I mentioned this a little bit towards the end of the video. I know it's pretty lengthy, but this is an Ari bite, so we're gonna make this pretty short. If you did follow me on my Instagram as well as my Facebook page, you see that I went to Tokyo, had a wonderful time for my 30th birthday. A couple of pictures flashing by here left to right, But today we are talking about fractional shares, the drip program, and what does that mean for you and your investment ability, as well as how to make you money. Let's look at some examples. So if you look at some companies that you currently have access to, Cash App, Stash, these companies allow you to buy fractional shares of stock. So what that means is that instead of buying a stock for the full price of $100, you can buy fractions of it at a smaller price. So you may be able to contribute $1, $2, $50, $60. But what happens with this is that Robinhood has the ability that they combine both what you contribute plus whatever dividends you might get from that in order to buy a full share of stock. TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, Interactive Brokers, and SoFi are also doing this. This is crazy. I will honestly tell you that all of these people are following in the footsteps of Robinhood, because right now Robinhood is coming out on top. First they started off with the zero commission trades, then they started off with option trading. They're becoming a fully mature broker that a lot of the traditional brokers can't keep up with. And that's why I love Robinhood. It's innovative. They make it so that the common blue collar person, white collar person, whoever you are, can invest in stocks and also learn about these new ways of investing. That's why I love that they have cryptocurrencies, ETFs. It's just a wide variety of services they have. But when you tack on the cash management that I talked about earlier, definitely this brokerage just blows my mind. When I checked out this in terms of the drip investing, the fractional shares, I looked at other places that may have had this before. The two companies that I know for sure had it was SoFi and One Finance. And One Finance is a little bit more advanced for people who are jumping into stocks and trying to learn about stocks. But stock call is something that a lot of people jump into because it seems like the user interface is just extremely easy to use. But with Robinhood adding this new feature, I'm pretty sure that they will make sure that it's open and available for everybody. And so far, up to 200,000 people have already signed up and been placed on a waiting list to jump into this, just like the cash management program. So I will ultimately tell you that when it comes to Robinhood, they know exactly what they're doing. And in 2020, I'll see them for being the highest ranked broker in the United States, even though it was a Canada-based company. So I will tell you that you'll see a lot of the shares and everything jump because of these fractional shares. You'll see a lot of progress in these companies, and especially when it comes to annual displays of revenue. When they start to talk about earnings and earning seasons next year, is going to be off the charts because you're having people who don't know about investing starting to learn and become more financially aware. And even with them becoming financially aware, they're starting to really break it down so that way everyone, even someone who's just turning 18, 16, 17 and you helping or using their parents' help to invest in the things, they're going to start seeing accounts from these younger kids out here investing into larger companies that they know and love and that they use on a daily basis. So Robinhood is light years ahead of some of these places that our parents and grandparents have invested in. So I will say it's definitely lowering it so that way everyone can jump in invest and build the fundamentals of investment. Now, the next thing I want to see this with is with real estate. If real estate starts this trend, I will ultimately see that you'll start to see groups of people investing into properties. I'm going to make a video about that because there was this phenomenal group of 5 guys who spent 2 years saving $80 a week to buy properties. And so far they're on their second property. They're getting ready to buy like a section of a neighborhood. But I will see that this is going to be one of those things that instead of just having this company that's going to be taking your money and then buying things with it, I believe that this is going to be more of a local thing where people are going to start taking money and buying different properties and rehabbing the neighborhood. If a company masters this and makes it so that way it's easily visible to see exactly what you're doing and what other people are doing with your money, I believe that real estate will be the next thing to go. If not that, I believe that there will also be this unified bank or banking system where it will no longer be you have the traditional institutions. You will have these institutions that are created by the users, and they judge their interest rate based off of whatever turn of events or how they lend out their money or whatever terms that are created. This is just something that I'm rambling on about, but I see this happening within the next couple of years or longer than that. But I have an understanding that this is where the direction of everything is going. It's becoming more common-based and user-based and more of a user-driven experience. And the companies are catering to the users because they're starting to see that it's not so much about getting the money anymore. It's more about building off of a person's knowledge and sharing that knowledge so that way other people can buy into it too. And as people start to buy in and invest and start to see all these things become more fruitful, it just naturally earns money based off of that. So one up to everybody at Robinhood. You guys are doing a great job. You're taking the company in a great direction, and I'm glad that you're adding these features. Here's to hopefully adding more features. I really am excited about the drip program. I hope that just adds more drip to my sauce already. Cue the song. But there will be more things that will come on that